What's happening is Jimmy from odds.com. I have two games that I'm attacking. One at 8 p.m. Eastern, Kings Blues, and then I have the late game on the card, Minnesota Wild, San Jose Sharks. To check out the entire show, hit the link on the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. We start at 8 p.m. Eastern. The Los Angeles Kings at St. Louis Blues. Let's pull up all the market movements that we can break down to help everybody figure out what moves they want to make. And as always, I'm not here just for you guys to tail. If you want to fade me, whatever works for you guys. Let's start with the market move here. LA opened up as plus 152 dogs. They're plus 140 pretty much across the board. I'm shooting this at 8 a.m. Eastern on Monday, February 22nd, and they were plus 140 last night at 9 p.m. So the people that attacked that early plus 150, 150 must have done it as soon as the market opened, because last night, with two games still left to play on the docket, this was plus 140. The total, and I'm attacking both side and total here, is sitting at 5.5, and it's a pick 'em right across the board, minus 110, or minus 108, 108, whatever your book offers, but that has not changed at all. I am backing the LA Kings, and I'm taking them on the minus one line. Sure, plus 140 is a nice score, but I want giant scores. It's what excites me. It's what really excites me, and I'll take the push on a plus 140. I will. If I can get plus 180, then maybe I don't take the minus one, but I can build this minus one at plus 292, and that's what I'm talking about. That's a huge fist-pumping score for me. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm on the Kings minus one. I bet it. I got plus 140 on the money line. I got plus 400 on the puck line. I'm also on the over 5.5. The Kings are 7-6-3, 4-4-0 on the road. The Blues are 10-6-2, 4-4-2 at home. I'm expecting Jonathan Quick to be back in goal. He did not start last game, but he did start the two games previous to that. And they were his best two games in 3 years. And I know that's a huge statement, but he's really struggled, and he looked very good. Excuse me, in these last two games. He's not been great this year. 3.19 goals against average, 4-2-2, with an 889 save percentage, one shutout. That shutout happened in the last two games. He's allowed 2 goals over his last two games. Jordan Binnington, 8-4-2, 2.53 goals against average, 913 save percentage. This Kings special teams is fueling this 4-game winning streak they're on. Their power play, 24.2%. Their penalty killing, 83%. The Blues special teams as a whole have not been very good. Now, when I see this Blues record at 10-6-2, I don't think, wow, this is a first-place team or anything like that. I think that they play a very weak division, and their special teams are poor, and they have not got their shit together. Now, I expect Ramsey and the boys to get their shit together, to start putting up W's and to get better as the season goes on, but they're not that good right now, and right now they are beat up. They're struggling. They've got COVID issues. They've got a whole bunch of shit going on. And this is, even though the Kings have won 4 straight, this is a fade of the St. Louis Blues. Their power play sitting at 14%. Their penalty killing 74.2%. Let's talk about this Kings team that's won 4 straight. Anze Kopitar signed the giant contract, and a lot of questions about the 2 big contracts. And if you want to put that $5.8 million a year with Dustin Brown as a big questionable contract, you can't. But the big contracts we're talking about are the double-digit $1 million contracts yearly to Anze Kopitar at center and Drew Doughty on defense. But Kopitar tied for 9th in the league, scoring 21 points in 16 games so far this year. He's also winning 54.2% of his faceoffs, and he's a big body. So when he's winning faceoffs, he's scoring. Now, is he worth $11 million per? No. But he's playing very good hockey right now. Dustin Brown, stripped of his captaincy in 2016. A lot of questions about him with this Kings team. He's stepping up in a huge way. 14 points in 16 games, playing good hockey out there. And then Drew Doughty's been atrocious the last 2 seasons. Minus 50 combined the last 2 seasons. He's an even plus-minus right now, but 15 points in 16 games, and he looks like he's having fun out there. They also look like they have a difference maker in second-line centerman, 11th overall pick in 2017, ex-Windsor Spitfire Gabriel Velarde. I'm not saying this team is even going to make the playoffs. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying right now, they are bet on. They've won 4 straight. They're playing good hockey. They're enjoying being out on the ice. And I'm backing them here. And they're scoring goals. And they have questionable goaltending, even though Quick's been good the last 2 games. It makes me want to back the Kings and also wants me to back the over 5.5. I've told you guys that this Blues team on the show, I've told you guys the Blues team has a lot of depth offensively. Now that's being tested with these injuries and with Sammy Blais going out with COVID. But they're going to put up points. They're going to score goals, and they're going to be an over team this year, I believe. The market still sees them as that under team that they've been the last few years. The Blues have won 3 of 5, but they did not look good in that 7-game series, which they lost to the Coyotes. They most recently split 2 games with the Sharks. The last game they lose 5-4. Colton Parayko out of the lineup. He's missed 2 straight. He's day-to-day. He may not be in the lineup tonight. I hope he's not in the lineup. He'll really help our Kings move and our overlook. But, man, was his absence noticeable in that 5-4 loss. All of a sudden, their defense is small. Let's talk about how beat up the squad is. So we know that Tarasenko, done for the year. That's old news. Bozak, IR. Robert Thomas, IR. They were expecting Thomas to make a big move, sort of the move that Kyrou has made for them. Jaden Schwartz, day-to-day. Colton Parayko, day-to-day. I would love to not see them in the lineup tonight. And then they have Ivan Barbashev, day-to-day. They also have Sammy Blais added to the COVID list on Saturday. And I ask you this, how many times have you seen one player go on the COVID list? Almost never. You have to think that somebody else is going to jump on that COVID list. I see this as a fade of the Blues, backing the hot King squad, getting a huge line. If you want to take the plus 140 money line, I get it. Look, I want to go for a big score. And I'm going to do it. It excites me. And remember, this is supposed to be fun. And that's fun for me, going for a giant score. Plus 292 on the Kings -1. And I got the over 5.5 and -110.